I guess we
Mm-hmm.
can start, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, it's a very interesting book. You can see how it is. This is the format. Um, yeah, and if you can see here, it says, I don't know if I should just read it. On the back side, it's always, good to like have a general summary of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Kwame Nkrumah was a leader in Ghana that got in exile because of his anti-imperialist stance and so on. And here, this book will, like in the backside, you can understand the backstory. So it says, quote, right? This is the book which, when first published in 1965, caused such an uproar in the U.S. State Department that a sharp note of protest was sent to Kwame Nkrumah, and the 25 million of American aid to Ghana was promptly cancelled. It exposes the working of international monopoly capitalism in Africa and shows how the stranglehold of foreign monopolies perpetuates the paradox of Africa, which means poverty in the midst of plenty, right? Like, for example, Africa has um, a lot of resources and so on. And then there's a quote here that says, the essence of neo-colonialism is that the state, which is subject to it, is, in theory, independent and has all the trappings of international sovereignty. In reality, its economic system, and thus its political policy, is directed from the outside. It's a quote from something called from the introduction. Um, uh, are you following me
Yeah, yeah,
here?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so in this challenging and thought-provoking book, the president of Ghana exposes the workings of international monopoly capitalism in Africa. For him, neo-colonialism, insidious and complex, is even more dangerous than the old colonialism and shows how meaningless political freedom can be without economic independence. I think we have been talking about this a bit.
Yeah.
Um, I will continue on this preface. Neo-colonialism contains much that is new in political thinking, and there's penetrating analysis of the cruel African equation, which means richest resources plus foreign development equals poorest living standards. Adept at discovering what lies behind the image of the big firms and the big names. For example, ICI, Anglo-American RST, Rockefeller, and Patino. This was, by the way, before we continue reading this, these were the big, um, companies, corporations, and so on, right? Multinational companies at that time. And Rockefeller is still relevant today, and I think ICI as well. And so let's continue. Dr. Nkrumah establishes the political result. For example, the part played by Belgian and American finance in the disaster of Congo, right? With, for example, the elimination of Patrice Lumumba. He's also quick to expose the ideological battles carried on by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, first MRA, and even by the Peace Corps. Peace Corps is supposed to be, some kind of NGO or of some type. But as we all know today, this is not the case, right? Um,
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
defeat,
I've heard.
yeah,
I don't.